Jean Fox, President of the Alumni Association of Douglas College, and you're here for this wonderful event where we hooked up the scholarship recipients with the wonderful donors who made the scholarships possible. This is really part of the AADC community that comes together. So this evening we're celebrating this very special opportunity, and we're going to thank everyone in the room, every one of you for your personal commitment and investment in the mission of AADC and in the mission of Douglas College. It is your support to the AADC annual appeal that fuels all the programs and events that keep us connected to our alma mater and to each other. It's your contributions that have provided scholarships and fellowship opportunities for our students and for our alumni, ensuring that they can pursue their academic goals and reach their fullest potential. It is your gifts that have built Douglas Fund, which is our endowment trust that allows the AADC to annually provide significant support to Douglas Residential College and our students. It is our collective contributions that allow the AADC to remain an independent, self-funded organization that serves to educate, empower, and engage alumni from every decade, profession, and geographical location. Our Board of Directors could think of no better way to show the appreciation than to do what we do best, to come together again as a community and share our common bonds. So tonight we thank you, each one of you. We invite you to take in this atmosphere, the sisterhood energy, and the brothers that come along with the sisters. And then if you will, we do this and it happens when we get together, we are a community. Our programs this evening is to share with one another our common commitment. So in a few minutes we will enjoy dinner, which will be followed by remarks from several alumni who have graciously agreed to share what inspires their support. But before we do, I have two topics to discuss and one introduction. First, I want to mention briefly the negotiations currently taking place between the AADC, Rutgers University Foundation, Douglas Residential College. And secondly, I will be introducing our newest donor recognition society, first time publicly. And thirdly, we'll be introducing the Associate Dean of Douglas, who will share some greetings as well. Almost a year ago, April 20th, 2015, a date that will live in infamy, Rutgers University and the Rutgers University Foundation took actions to eliminate the AADC role in fundraising as a primary fundraiser for Douglas College. Alumni, friends, and the AAD leadership did not agree with that action, and as a result, DRC, Rutgers Foundation, and the AADC began a mediation process to resolve the issues last July 5th. Negotiations have been taking place since then, and please know that our leadership at the AADC is working very hard with a lot of volunteers and with our staff to come to a settlement that is acceptable to all parties, which means what is best for AADC and what's best for future Douglas students. Because of the restrictions on disclosure of discussions that take place during mediation, I can't share more detail with you on that status. However, I recognize that the process has taken longer than anyone imagined. I want to thank you all for your patience and especially for your continued support during this time. Your financial support, your advocacy for the AADC, and your continued involvement have been inspiring and are gratefully appreciated by all of us involved. I assure you, our most generous and loyal contributors, that we will inform you of the outcome as soon as the issues have been resolved. Now, the AADC takes great pride in being alumni-created, alumni-driven, and alumni-led. Very much of what we do is because of our volunteer alumni leadership. One example is our Planned Giving Committee, a group of alumni volunteers with expertise in estate law, financial planning, and marketing. This committee is working to promote ways that alumni and friends can make contributions in a financially sound way, such as maximizing charitable deductions or reducing estate tax. If you're on this committee, please raise your hand and wave so people can ask you questions about it. Okay, there she is. You have to get that young woman over there. Oh, there's two. Carol, too. This group recently recommended a new donor recognition society be created. They suggested that we honor contributors who include supporting the AADC in their financial plans as member of a new Ivy Society. In February, the Board of Directors of the AADC approved this recommendation. So tonight is the first time we have publicly used this new society name. I believe it will not take long for the Ivy Society to become a well-known title as the one for planned gift donors. Just as the Mabel Smith Douglas Leadership Circle, and a lot of you have these pins on here, is known now as the Recognition Society for those who give at the highest level to the AADC annual appeal every year. This poster by the podium shows our Ivy Society graphic. There's a strong competition on what kind of ivy we should put on it. And also is on the name tags of members in attendance as well. And may I please ask anyone who is an Ivy Society member who's in attendance to please stand. This is if you have your planned gift as well. Thank you, and I wish you a long life. We don't need the money for a long time. I want to note that there is a typo in our program which was discovered. It's very little. There was a typo. We're supposed to say, the Ivy Society recognizes those who have thoughtfully included support through the AADC, ... and not for the AADC. So I wanted to point that out. So we're very happy to have a new way to recognize you all for your generosity. We hope that you will proudly wear the Ivy emblem. I'm looking forward to getting mine. Whenever we gather as a community. It is our way to thank you and to recognize you for your support. Others also may be inspired to join. Why Ivy? This is the committee came up with it. Makes a lot of sense. Because it is a traditional symbol of Douglas alumni. Ivy is strong and resilient, like Douglas women. It spreads like crazy, just like we're not crazy. It spreads like crazy. Just like we're all over the world. Ivy suggests wisdom, and how often has the image of Ivy covered those ivy walls of academia? This evening, take a moment to read the poster here, or look at the explanation that's in the program. I think you all agree that the Planned Giving Committee came up with a perfect name for our generous planning gift donors. If you're a member of the Planned Giving Committee, again, I ask you to raise your hand so people can see you. Okay, that's over there. Now, the next is, my third opportunity is to be able to introduce Associate Dean Ellen Lieberman. Dean Jacqueline Litt is not able to join us this evening, but the Associate Dean Ellen Lieberman is sharing greetings on the college's behalf. Dean Lieberman has been in higher education administration for 30 years. She has been at Douglas for almost 5 years, and she initially was the dean leading the recruitment effort. She did a great job with that. She now serves as the Associate Dean, which if you don't know, the Associate Dean is the number 2 to the Dean. She does a lot for the college. Ellen has a master's degree in both human resources management and educational psychology. Ellen?
I am thrilled to be here representing the college. First, I want to thank the AADC for sponsoring this wonderful event, that our amazing students and our generous donors and supporters who make the possibility of a Douglas and Rutgers education a reality for every deserving young woman. Douglas continues to fulfill its promise of an exceptional women's education, and our commitment to intellectual engagement, community involvement, and personal discovery, which empowers our students to aim higher and go farther after graduation. Our historical legacy, traditions, and strong sense of community connect today's students with generations of women leaders and achievers who are themselves making a lasting impact. Let me share with you a snapshot of the incredible programs that continue to enrich the lives of our students and how amazing the Douglas students of today are. First, I want to announce that Jenny Coulter, a current student, has just been named a Goldwater Scholar. Jenny is one of the 252 scholars selected nationwide for this honor, which awards up to $7,500 towards tuition fees, books, and room and board, and is a leading undergraduate award in the field of mathematics, natural sciences, and engineering. Jenny is currently a junior majoring in physics and is considering pursuing a doctorate in the field. So congratulations to Jenny. Regarding our programs, our living learning communities, primarily through the Signature Global Village, provide students with a more integrated experience, connecting their living environment with a particular theme and learning goals, and helping them become concerned global citizens during their undergraduate careers and beyond. Another signature program, the Riley Douglas Engineering Living Learning Community, recently celebrated its first graduating class of students. Opened in 2012, the goal of this living learning community is to increase the numbers of women in engineering through increasing the recruitment and retention of women undergraduates. I'm proud to say that through the collaboration of Douglas and the School of Engineering, our rate of retention is astonishing. According to a study by the U.S. Department of Education, the attrition rate for engineering students nationwide is nearly 62%, and for women is even lower. In our first year of the Riley Douglas Engineering Living Learning Community, we retained 90% of the women who enrolled. And the retention rate just increased from there, with a retention rate of nearly 97% of the women who joined in 2014. This program is such a success that it now serves as the model for a new community that will be opening in the fall, a computer science living learning community that we hope will have similar success in recruiting and retaining women in computer science, which in that area is even more underrepresented than in engineering. The computer science living learning community opening this fall did just receive a grant for $250,000 from the National Science Foundation, and is a joint collaboration between Douglas and the Rutgers Computer Science Department and the Rutgers Center for Discrete Mathematics and Theoretical Computer Science. In February, our students organized the annual Global Summit, and nearly 150 students attended this year's program. The summit is co-sponsored by the Center for Global Advancement and International Affairs and the Institute for Women's Leadership. The theme, Sustainable Solutions, Racing Towards Equality, focused on the United Nations' new Sustainable Development Goals, along with intersections of global poverty, gender, food security, water and sanitation health, and the economy. Douglas students and alumni led breakout sessions on reproductive and economic justice, Islamophobia, gender impacts of climate change, and Black women's agency at Douglas and Rutgers. A new initiative called the Bold Center at Douglas has been providing students with a slate of workshops and activities this year to help guide them in career and professional development. The center has provided salary negotiation workshops and a weekly financial planning program. A networking event with Amazon provided students with tips for running a successful career search and landing a successful job. A recent trip to New York City for students interested in legal careers brought them to meet with the Associate Dean at New York Law School, the President of AT&T New York, and partners at Bond, Schoenig, and King Law Firm. Regarding not just financial health, but overall wellness, the Douglas Wellness 360 program was presented by our DRC peer academic leaders and the Health Science Research Symposium Committee. This day-long event provided panels, interactive workshops, and a health fair to give undergraduates information on the latest health trends and tips to stay healthy during their school years. We are honored to be innovative programs to our students, many of whom would not be able to participate without your support, without scholarship support. Your generous gifts prepare them to be leaders both at Douglas and in their communities. This is exemplified by our recent students who, upon leaving Douglas, are becoming the nation's future leaders. Leaders in technology, such as those working for Google and Becton Dickinson Medical Technology Company, and pursuing graduate degrees at Stanford University in aeronautics and astronautics, and a plant biology degree at the University of Michigan. Leaders in the healthcare field, such as those working in HIV/AIDS health clinics, working for University Hospital and Columbia University Medical Center, and students working in large corporations such as Johnson & Johnson, Merck, and someone who founded Southpaw Animal Hospital. Entrepreneurs such as the founder of Progressive Promotions and a co-owner and operator of Key Foods Market in New Brunswick. Leaders in finance who have positions at East West Bank, Wells Fargo, Credit Suisse, Goldman Sachs, Deloitte, KPMG, JP Morgan, among others. Leaders in public service and public policy who are working at the Legal Aid Society, National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, Hugs for Brady, and creating their own nonprofits. We are proud of each of these students and alumni, and especially of the students gathered here tonight. Together, all of you who support our students, the alumni who foster the connections between our current students and the alumni, the DRC staff for providing superb programs and education, and our students who teach us every day what Douglas means, an outstanding institution of higher education. As a team, we will move the college forward to continue the great legacy. Thank you again, and have a wonderful night.
In the past year, several of our most cherished alumni have passed away. Each left a lasting legacy at AADC, and therefore will always continue to support our mission. So while we're sad, we're also very grateful for the privilege to have known them and calling them our Douglas sisters. I want to mention four in particular. First, Evelyn Sermons Field, class of 49. Evelyn was a woman who made a difference in many, many people's lives. She was among the first African Americans student at the New Jersey College for Women. Together with her roommate, she integrated the residence hall as the first African Americans to live on campus. She was a founder of the AADC's Black Alumni Network, referred to as BAN. Evelyn was an active alumni throughout her lifetime, not just at Douglas and at Rutgers, but served in many roles. For us, she was president of the AADC. She also served as a trustee and trustee emerita. I served with 25 years or something with her. A magnificent woman, very, very humble and very wise. Her wisdom and her pioneering spirit was given to many women's and civil rights and charitable civic organizations. The university will be honoring Evelyn with a memorial service on May 7th. You're all invited if you want to go. May 7th at Kirkpatrick Chapel on the old Queens campus. The details are listed in the calendar of events, which is at the back of your program. Everyone is welcome to attend. So tonight we are honored by the presence of Evelyn's daughter, Nancy Fields, and her granddaughter, Ashley Penny. Nancy and Ashley, please stand. Know that Evelyn's legacy of helping others will continue throughout her scholarship, her past her life, the scholarship she funded, the Evelyn Sermons Field 1949 Scholarship, as well as she'll last forever in our hearts. Second individual I wanted to mention, Ruth Schilling Hennessy, class of 1950. Ruth had a petite frame and a very gracious manner. She was interested in everyone that she met, regardless of their life circumstances. Upon first meeting her, you might not have guessed her full character, but moments into the conversation, it becomes clear that she was a woman of great substance and great caring. An active alumna and a generous supporter, Ruth's legacy lives on through the scholarship she and her husband created, specifically to benefit students from disadvantaged backgrounds. The Edward L. Hennessy Jr. and Ruth S. Hennessy Foundation Scholarship. In addition, our AADC offices are located in the Ruth Schilling Hennessy 50 Alumnae Center, which was named in her honor over a decade ago. This office, or always referred to as the cottage, was named for Ruth in recognition of a generous gift by her husband toward its renovation. Edward Hennessy gave that gift in honor of their 50th wedding anniversary, which was also Ruth's 50th NJC reunion. The gift warmed our hearts then. I was there. It was wonderful, and continues to do so now. Thirdly, Claire Croucher. If you were at Douglas during a long time period, you knew Claire Croucher, class of 1955. Professionally, Claire was a career counselor at Douglas for many, many years. Personally, she was one of our most active alumni volunteers. Combining these two passions, Claire helped to found and for many years served as the first chair of the AADC Externship Program. Claire's legacy lives on through the scholarship she established in honor of her parents, the Frank and Frances Kuchar Scholarship Fund. And lastly, M. Louise Morris, class of 1943. Louise was a consistent supporter and a great leader. She served the AADC in many, many ways, including serving as its president. Her brilliance was shown in a number of ways, through her leadership at the AADC, in her professional career with Johnson & Johnson, and her prowess in many games of bridge. I didn't play with her, but I'm told she was great. Louise's generosity will continue to assist Douglas students through her scholarship fund in honor of her parents, the Mildred G. and Charles M. Morris Scholarship. So please join me in a moment of silence to honor Evelyn, Ruth, Claire, Louise, and the additional friends and alumni who recently completed their life's journey. Thank you. Every Douglas alumni that I've had a pleasure to work with has inspired me. It's wonderful we're in a room of Douglas alumni. So I'm so pleased tonight that 3 alumni have agreed to share with us what has inspired their support. First, I want to, the one that I know the best and the longest, I would like to ask Mary Kelleher DiMartino, class of 1985, to come forward. Mary is now an investment banker with J.P. Morgan Securities, a member of the AADC Planned Giving community. You'd raise your hand on that one. Yeah. As well as an Ivy Society member. She is a member of the AADC Board of Directors and is a Rutgers University trustee. Please join me in welcoming Mary Kelleher.
I did stand up when you asked the Ivy Society, so I was too busy enjoying the company of my table mates. I put together a few notes. I was asked to talk for 5 minutes, and I will do my best. I promise to stay within that. But I was asked to talk a little bit about what motivated me to give. And first, let me just say it's really a pleasure to be here tonight and to be with you and amongst you. You know, I think when I was thinking about this when I was making my chocolate chip cookies over the weekend, and which I love to do because I love to eat them a lot. You know, I think it's twofold for me in terms of what really motivated me to give, and it's kind of easy, really. You know, I was the first one in my family to go to college. It was a big deal. I'm the oldest of 6, and it was quite a change for me. And I entered as a chemistry major in 1981, and it was hard. And so I told myself that I would only play lacrosse, which I played this spring, and I would sing in the Voorhees Choir. Those are my two pursuits outside of the classroom, and I was struggling with my grades. And I was really feeling down, and I was in a relationship with someone I wasn't so sure about. So lo and behold, it's the fall of '82, and I was going to go home for the weekend just to get away, and I had to stay because the choir was singing at the convocation for Mary Hartman, who was becoming the dean of Douglas College. How lucky for me that I was there at that moment, because she spoke about the importance of a woman's education and the things that are so beneficial to young women when they have a woman's education. And I remember that women who have a woman's education go on to non-traditional careers. I remember her saying they do better on psych tests, and I thought, I need help with that too. So shortly after that, I ditched the boyfriend, I did change my major, and I ran for the student government, which at the time had an opening for the treasurer unexpectedly. That really changed my life at Douglas. It really gave me the opportunity to be engaged and to be a part of this community and to really embrace what it was to have a woman's education, not just in the classroom, because at that point it was co-ed. So it was really to have it outside of the classroom and within the day-to-day work that you do outside with your friends and your colleagues. And all along the way, the AADC was there. It was very connected. There's so many faces that I see as I've come back that I remember as a student and just talking with someone tonight. And always there, always supportive. I just thought it was one and the same. I mean, I just thought that was just, the cottage was just an extension. And then a few years later, my senior year, we were sitting around the table deciding about who should go to DC to attend the Plen 3-week conference in DC. And me and a couple others were trying to figure out who should go. And somebody says, Mary, you should go. I said, well, I can't, I don't have the money to pay for that. I was paying my way through college. And Adelaide Zagorin, I met with Adelaide, who I always saw all over, she was also all over Douglas. It was wonderful. She sat me down and she said, I'm going to support you for this. She said, and I remember exactly, she said, because I want to see a woman in the legislature someday. Now, I let her down, because I'm not there, but I'm trying in other ways, Adelaide, to have a voice for women. And that experience of going to DC was phenomenal for me. It was also a very important experience in my life. So those are the two things that when I got to college really, my experience here at Douglas was so impactful for me because it's important. Classwork is really important, but it's who you become as a person that helps you survive in this world. And there's so much that I did at Douglas and with the support of the AADC that really allowed me to develop who I hopefully wanted to become and build the confidence that I needed. So it was pretty easy for me when I graduated. It was kind of a no-brainer when I said to my husband, well, this is something that I'm going to support. It's very important to me because I want to give back. And I continue to give to the AADC and have given through the AADC because I think they really believe in the importance of a woman's education, and we still have a long way to go. And as alums, I can see it now how important it is to be mentoring young women. I can't tell you how many calls I get at work from young men and women in college, just out of college, looking to make a connection, wanting to understand the workplace. Our roles, even as alums, whether we do it as financially or in other ways, is so critical to a student's experience. And we're really with each other for many years to come. And my connection to Douglas kind of got me in touch with Jean Fox, which has been a wonderful and enriching friendship for me as well. So those are the things that motivated me, and I'm glad I had a chance to share them with you tonight.
Thank you very much, Mary. I now invite Madeline Kakish-Grabowski, class of 1967. Madeline is also wearing ivy this evening. In addition, she has been a consistent supporter of the annual appeal and a member of the Mabel Smith Douglas Leadership Circle. You got the pin on. That's good. Madeline has served on a number of volunteer efforts for AADC, including recently serving on the Memorabilia Committee, which is one of my favorite committees. You ought to see all the great stuff done. So, I just lost my space. Sorry. Oh, my, I think I left most of the pages. But she's also been active in other things, but I don't have that here. The rest of your introduction is back there. So, I asked Madeline Grabowski, class of 67, to come up and share with you your experiences. Thank you, and my apologies.
I'm truly humbled to be here, and Mary gave such a wonderful speech, and she said a number of things that I feel very strongly about. Douglas College was very helpful in meeting new friends and making contacts and getting that confidence that women need, and it helped me so much in my career. I was very fortunate when I attended Douglas that I had a scholarship, and I know how important scholarships are to students, so anyone that helps in this area, it's just so wonderful. I also decided when I retired I would have time to devote to organizations that I really wanted to help, and one of them was the AADC. And I wanted to make friends and have a new family, and this is what the AADC has been to me. I've found a new family. I was very happy to be asked to join the Memorabilia Committee, and we have a number of members here tonight, including our very hardworking and dedicated chair, Marie Sawerski, and if any of you have gone to Founders Day and other events, you've probably seen a lot of our memorabilia on display, and it's a chance to research the history and see all that Douglas women have accomplished over the years. It's really a great experience. Anyone that wants to join committees, I urge you to do so. There is a need for that. Find an area that you like and participate however you can. Another thing I've enjoyed with the AADC is taking their trips. They do wonderful trips, and I've taken about 10 of them. I started in the year 2000 with going to Greece, and my most recent trip was to Scotland, where I developed a new appreciation for scones. But I haven't developed a taste for scotch yet. I'll just stay with wine. So if you haven't taken any of the trips, I urge you to do so. They're really wonderful trips. So I always thought that I want to have people to connect with throughout my life. And like a lot of families that go through transition, the AADC is going through some transition now. But this is a time I think it's really important to give your support in any way you can, financially or taking part in serving on committees. We need to support our family, like our biological families. We want to support them in any way we can. And I think this is very important that we support our AADC family. So thank you for coming, and please continue with your support.
Sheridan is a scholarship benefactor, having established the Ornithia Pivot, Renwick, and Nathaniel and Enora Pivot Scholarship Fund. She's an active member of the AADC, has served on the board, and is the former chair of the AADC Black Alumni Network. While band chair, she led the drive to establish the Joy Baxter Bates Fellowship. Joy was the first African American to attend the school, raising thousands of dollars for alumni friends, corporations, and foundations. Sheridan is also a member of the Mabel Smith Douglas Leadership Circle. We appreciate hearing her story tonight.
Hey, Douglas. How are you tonight?
Good.
I want to thank Valerie and Eileen for inviting me to say a few words about what motivates me to give to Douglas. Like Mary said, it's real easy. I love Douglas. Like Mary, I was one of the first generation to attend college. When I was growing up in a very rural, working class community in the Caribbean, I never in a million years thought I would go to college. Never crossed my mind. There was no money. I just knew that I had to be an airline stewardess or something. So anyhow, my family emigrated to the United States. We ended up in a beautiful town called Montclair, which I can no longer afford. And I live in Delaware. My money goes a lot better down there. But as a high school student, not having a family who had gone to college, I depended on my guidance counselors and my teachers to help me. So I found two colleges that I applied to, Oberlin College in Ohio and University of Pennsylvania. And my sister, who was attending Rutgers, said, "You've got to apply to Rutgers." So I did apply to Rutgers. I chose UPenn. And then I went to visit UPenn. I didn't like it. And I came to visit Douglas, and I loved it. So I didn't know what to do. I was in a quandary because my family and my high school teachers were like, "You're going to UPenn. I mean, you got to go. How could you not go to UPenn?" So one day my mom saw me scowling and looking unhappy. And she said, "What's the matter with you, girl?" I busted out crying. I said, "I don't want to go to UPenn." So she sat me down. We had a nice conversation, and she ended up saying, "She who thinks for herself thinks best." I never forgot that, and I use that saying today. So I called Douglas, didn't call UPenn first. I called Douglas and told my sob story to someone who answered from College Hall. And I said, "I want to come to Douglas. I don't want to go to UPenn." And she says, "Let me call you back." So I sat by the phone, and she called me back in half an hour and said, "You can come to Douglas. We'd love to have you." And I called UPenn and said, "I'm not coming." And I have never looked back. Why give to Douglas? Douglas gave so much to me. When I came here for 4 years, I could walk into College Hall any day and give a happy story or a sad story. And I knew there was going to be Dean Wilma Harris waiting to talk to me. She's right here today. In her office, when you walked into College Hall, the second floor office was right there. So I hit her first. And then I would go to Dean Richards and Dean Meehan and Dean Yoakum. And it was just wonderful. And then I got a job working right here. I was showing my friend earlier about the little area I used to sit at my desk on Saturday nights while everybody else was partying. And work with Mrs. Schlegel and Valerie Brown Boatswain. Then I went to graduate school. I was going to graduate school. I called Dean Yoakum and said, I'm going to be going to graduate school. Can I become a graduate assistant at Douglas? She said, Sherry, you got to first apply and get accepted. I'm like, oh, sticky. So I applied, I got accepted, I called her, I came back, I served as a graduate assistant here on the, Joe and the Stabler. Women who encouraged me and mentored me and looked out for me and provided opportunities for me. It was just such a wonderful experience. I recruited my little sister after me, and she came here. I think she graduated with you, Valerie. But Allison came here as well. Denise said, I am not going there. I would have to have my independence there. So she went off to another college. But I tried to get everybody to come here I can. I think I just tried to recruit a young lady right here, right there. And she said she's going to Montclair State. I said, no, you're not. You're coming to Douglas. I love Douglas. I want to say that even when I was going to graduate school, Linda Hennessy called me up from the AADC and said, we have a scholarship for you. I said, oh, no way. I mean, this is a gift that keeps giving. So I came here and loved working with the AADC. I served on the board, as I said. But the other thing I wanted to say is when I was chair of the band back on the network, we came up with the idea of having a scholarship. And boy, we got together. I mean, Wilma Harris, I see some others out there, Carol Monroe, and I saw Karen Terrain and Gwen, everybody, we got together with Dolores Imes and Juanita Wade Wilson. I mean, we come together and decided we were not just going to create a scholarship, we were going to endow a scholarship. And we went to Flora and said, how do we do that, Flora? And Flora and Linda worked with us to endow the scholarship. I believe a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So my parents and my grandparents did not have the opportunity to go to college. And I wanted to do something that would remind them that they went to college too. My mom used to come to Mom's Day all the time. So she couldn't go to here, but she came here. She hung out at Douglas College. So when it was time to create a scholarship in their name, my parents believed in education and everything, so all of us would go to college. I called Linda Hennessy and said, I don't know how to do this. I've never done an endowed scholarship on my own. I'm not sure I could do it. And she said, we'll work with you. So she put Carol Hamlin on it. I mean, it's networking galore. So Carol and I worked on something, we worked it out, and I was so happy that we endowed that scholarship this year in my mom's name. She was able to come to one of these scholarships and see the first recipient of her scholarship. She's passed away and gone on to glory. But I'm so glad we did it while she was alive and didn't wait till she passed away to do it. Douglas has been there for me. Douglas has given me so much. It's a joy, an absolute joy to give back to Douglas. Thank you very much.
If you were around in 2012, you heard her as a student. Lydia graduated in 2015, but she was our student speaker at a Mabel Smith Douglas Leadership Circle reception, so you'll be recognizing her, I think. At that time, she was very impressive, and she had a lot of leadership positions here at the college. Now she's an equally active alumna. In fact, she's a member of the committee that organized last Saturday's Founders Day lunch, which was quite a success. And she agreed to talk to us tonight about transition from being a student to being an alumna. Lydia?
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to just say that please bear with me. I have a cold, and I made the unwise decision of drinking cold water. So, I'll start now. My name is Aditya Singh, and I graduated from Rutgers University in Douglas last May. I first became involved with the AADC after my first year of college. I was the student body representative from Douglas Governing Council as the external vice president to the AADC Board of Directors. And I would like to share what the AADC means to me and why, as an alumna, I am involved. I had chosen Douglas because I knew that Douglas was a community where young women were supported and where young women were encouraged to take leadership positions in their fields. I also knew the perks of Douglas, like scholarships, professional and academic support, and special housing just for Douglas students. But what I didn't know up until the end of my first year was the major role that AADC played in the opportunities that I had available as a Douglas student. The AADC supported me in many ways, and through all of you also. First of all, financially, I was awarded many scholarships, merit-based scholarships, to attend Plan and to even study abroad, which I really appreciate. And I also enjoyed other special perks of being involved with the AADC also. I was able to attend the Rebecca Scoot lecture my sophomore year and sit in the VIP section because that was so special. And as a senior, I was able to extern with the Supreme Court judge in New York. And the AADC has also encouraged my leadership development. As a sophomore, while I was serving, as a rising sophomore, while I was serving on the board, they encouraged me to speak up, even though I was the student on the board, rising sophomore, and all these really intelligent and accomplished women were all around me. But yet my voice was said to be an equal to them. And as a young student, I really appreciated how seriously they took me and have taken me all my years through college. But what I cherish the most of my association with the AADC is the relationships I have formed. I really enjoy talking to alumni. As a student, I love this and I continue to love this. And seeing and learning about the history of Douglas, all the rules, what they were supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do, and how they broke the rules. It was really fun to hear. And I also, as a student, enjoyed going out to lunch with some alumnae and really learning a lot from them and gaining advice. And also I really appreciated the support, the emotional and the personal support that Valerie Anderson and Rosemary gave to me when I was going through a difficult time of my sophomore year. And I also enjoyed my photo shoots with Anne-Marie, and I also just loved getting to know that wonderful AADC staff. It was really fun working with you as a student, and it continues to be a joy as an alumna. So as an alumna, I want to continue to support the AADC because the AADC has supported me. I enjoyed contributing to Founders Day committee and had a lot of fun. I was able to reconnect with some women who I hadn't met for a year, and I met many more wonderful women, and I look forward to meeting many more of you as I continue to be involved with the 100-year reunion and also reunion weekend, or the 100-year anniversary of the reunion weekend. So for all the donors out there, thank you very much for the scholarships that you have provided for students. I know throughout my 4 years, my life as a student wouldn't have been the same without your kind donations, and you really helped me get along each semester. And to the students, I have a piece of advice. When I attended one of these dinners as a student, I asked the donor, how can I ever repay you? You have done so much, and I really want to do something kind back. I was thinking, is there a gift I could give? Flowers? What can I do? And somebody told me, it's not giving back directly to donors, it's paying it forward and helping future students and helping those who come after you. So for the young alumni or students, just be aware of that, and I hope to get involved and do that myself as soon as I can. And to the AADC, thank you so much for all your support these last 5 years. I really appreciate it. And some of my most cherished memories of college has been with the AADC, and I look forward to making more memories. Thank you.
The person who's going to speak is a person I love and admire immensely. As I said earlier, the AADC takes great pride in being alumni-led, alumni-creative, alumni-driven. Excuse me, it's not a motion, it's clearly my throat. It could be a motion, but it's not yet. I am blessed by my partner in leading this great organization, our Executive Director Valerie Anderson, class of '81. I can't stand like about 50 years ago, but Valerie's been here 5 years now, as of last March. And we are very happy that she's with us. Her love for our sisterhood, her love for the alumni, for the AADC, for our alma mater, knows no bounds. And so I want her, and she knows of your financial support more than anybody else, I think, about how important it is to the college and to the AADC and the women who follow us. So really, I would love you to give a round of applause for our best.
I am last on the program, so I know I stand before you and you getting home safely this evening, so I'm only going to take a little bit of the time. I do want to say thank you so very much. This has been an extraordinary evening honoring all of you, our alumni, our donors, our friends, our partners. This evening is not possible without all of the things that you have done. So when we talk about recognition, it is because of you that we are able to be here and that you heard the stories from alumni and the students that are here today. We just want to say thank you very much for all your support that you have felt. Your impact has been seen tonight, has been heard, and will continue to be felt as we continue to do the great mission of the AADC. I'd like to thank our speakers. Thank you very much for sharing why you choose to give and why alma mater and the AADC means so much to you. I'd also like to thank numerous volunteers that we have that assist the AADC in our development efforts. So I would like to thank, is Denise Busby here? Okay, Denise did not come. We have Gwen Marshall. Gwen is the chair of our annual appeal. Thank you so much for your work. To the class presidents, our fund agents, and members of our outreach committee who help to spread the word each and every day about the importance of support that we get each and every year. So thank you so very much for your labor of love that you do on a regular basis. To the members of our Plan Gift Committee that was already acknowledged, and I want to say something about them. The Plan Giving Committee is a committee that you don't always hear a whole lot about, but I'm here to tell you that they meet on a regular basis, very committed, and have a very, very important role. And so to you, I say thank you so very much for all that you do to promote different ways that our donors can give and make a difference. To our founders, the group of visionary women who were our first fundraisers, the New Jersey State Federation of Women's Club. And who for more than 100 years have provided advocacy and financial support to our college, and especially to the Associate Alumnae of Douglas College. So I'd like to ask Jill Pezzarati, who is the current president of the Federation, to please stand. The president-elect. Thank you, as I said, it was the New Jersey State Federation who was the first fundraiser, so we say thank you so very much for all you continue to do for us. To the AADC Board of Directors, who are this evening's hosts, for your unwavering leadership for our organization. They are true leaders, sharing their wealth, their wisdom, and countless hours to ensure that the AADC continues to keep alumni connected for years to come. While she's been at the podium all evening, we haven't really given her the true accolades that she needs. And so at this moment, I'd like to have Jean Fox stand, our leader and president of the association. And all of this evening, this would not have been able to take place without staff of the AADC, so I'd like to acknowledge them. Eileen Potter, please stand, Eileen. Eileen is Director of Development. Carol Hamlin, who's Director of Major Gifts. There's Carol. Renee Thompson, who's Director of our Alumnae Relations. acknowledge Anne-Marie Russo, our communication photographer, and Susan Sturgill, Vice President of Finance and Operations. And there's a lot of other staff that are not here. Support, who am I missing? Valerie D. I'm Valerie A. This is Valerie D. Valerie is the Associate Director of the AADC. Thank you all very much. The AADC staff is absolutely amazing, and I can't thank you enough for what you do each and every day. So thank you so much for making tonight special for our guests. As we prepare to close out this evening, our purpose has been achieved. We came together to recognize and celebrate you. Because of your impact and support, the AADC is able to complete and do her mission. Your consistent and loyal support is a testament to the faith that you have in our organization to make sure that we continue to properly steward your gifts and to make sure that AADC remains a best-in-class alumni organization. We are so proud of the great history and support that we have been able to provide for many decades, and that is because of you. Because of you and for you, the AADC is embarking on a new journey to increase its focus on providing stellar alumni programs and events. Because of you and for you, we are working on new initiatives while we will continue to grow and enhance our signature programs and events. Because of you and for you, we introduced the new Mabel's Alumnae Mentoring Program. It is designed with alumni in mind, providing professional development opportunities and connections across generations, distant career levels, and backgrounds. It is because of you, on next Thursday, April 28th, we will bring back to campus our very own alumna, Mary Norris, class of '74, editor of The New Yorker, and best-selling author of Between You and Me, Confessions of a Comma Queen. You don't want to miss this. We had the opportunity to meet with Mary ahead of time, and she can make learning about grammar fun. So you definitely want to be there. Because of you, we are proud to announce the new Victoria Dombrowski-Schmidt, class of '42, Workplace and Professional Development Symposium. Victoria Benefactors is here, and just so you know, Victoria will be celebrating her 95th birthday on Thursday. On the back of your program, you will find the spring events that we still have that will be forthcoming. Please take a look at this. This is because of you that we are able to have these events, and I do hope that we will see many of you at the upcoming events. But why is it important to highlight these initiatives? Because none of them would be possible without you. More than ever, the AADC needs your support. We need your continued loyalty and support for our organization. This is an alumni organization. This is your alumni organization. We will remain strong, vibrant, relevant because of you. So we hope that you will continue to be our friend, a donor, and supporter to the new initiatives that we're going to be taking place, and also for all of the things that you have already given. Alumni, donors, and friends, you are the most important people to the AADC. And it is because of you that the AADC will continue to serve and to lead with great impact. So thank you so very much for being with us this evening, and we do hope that each one of you will make it home safely. This does conclude our program.